Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us. First of all, if you saw in the beginning of this, you saw our New York event. We're going to be in New York on January 26th in New York.
And 25th.
Sold out show.
And 25th.
That's right, but the Schmodown itself.
Yeah.
Sold out that night. But don't worry, we have a way for you guys to watch it. If you want to live stream Dan Merle versus Ethan Irwin, you can watch it live. That's right, you can watch it live. Go to the link in the description. You can purchase it now. If you're at the $10 tier Patreon, you can get it. But if not, one-time purchase at $2.99 if you want to check it out. Night of, links in the description.
One might say that match is pretty anticipated. You know what else is?
What's that?
These movies are about to talk. This is we're a little late. It seems to be we do this later every year, but we've already seen one of our most anticipated movies.
I know. So it's an honorable mention for me now.
It's now an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Thank you, Glass, for participating. These are our most anticipated movies of the entire year. Naturally, we don't know everything that's coming out. We haven't got announcements of all these things, particularly your Oscar-y kind of movies.
There'll be other movies that come out trailer-wise. I go, wait a minute, if I would have seen that trailer.
If I had known about this, I would have done it. These are our top 10 as of January.
Right, perfect.
Would you like to go first? Or you want me to
I'll go first.
You do 5, I'll do 5.
We'll do the same thing. So I'll go 10 through 6 here, and then
but be quick, because nobody wants to hear your picks.
You're a nice guy. All right, so we're going to start with honorable mentions. Like I said, Glass is an honorable mention. If you saw on this channel, there's already a review up for Glass, so I'm going to put an honorable mention. I think I'm going to shock you for a lot of these. That was good. That's like a dad joke. All right, here you go. So Lego 2 is on my honorable mention.
Second part.
Shazam's on my honorable mention.
Okay.
Toy Story 4 is an honorable mention.
Yep.
Okay. How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
Honorable mention.
The Hidden World.
And Captain Marvel. Honorable mention.
Okay.
All right.
So we have numbers at the end of this rainbow.
Thank you. Number 10. This will be shocking even to myself that I'm anticipating this because there's been so many duds in this franchise. Terminator. The new Terminator, Terminator 6. And the reason why is because of the director Tim Miller.
Yeah.
And this is also a very sentimental movie to me because my buddy, the late great John Schnepp, he and I were looking forward to this movie and going to see this movie together and check out what Tim Miller can do because we heard they want to take it back to basics. Terminator 1 is one of my favorite movies of all time. I like it even better than the second one. They said they're going to go back to the basics of that, and if that is the case, that is why I'm anticipating it, and that's why I made my
Arnold, Linda Hamilton coming back?
Yeah. So number 9 is the new Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man, it's not Homecoming.
He's far from home.
He's far from home this time. Once again, if you would have told me after Amazing Spider-Man 2, I'm like, I don't know if I need to anticipate any more Spider-Man movies, but I really liked what they did. I'm battling with Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite Spider-Man movie, so it's hard to say that Homecoming is my favorite, but it certainly was my favorite of the live-action films. So I'm going to say that Far From Home is something I cannot wait for, and I want to see how it all ties into the whole MCU.
Our lists are very similar so far.
So far. Number 8, this is definitely going to shock you because of my thoughts on the original, and that's Godzilla. Godzilla is number 8 for me. What's wrong with you?
It's a little low. It's a little low.
I didn't like the first one.
He's king of the monsters.
Didn't like
king
the first
of monsters.
It looks like he's actually in this movie, so I'm excited about it. He was not. He's in the last movie for about. He's in the last movie for 15 minutes.
He was great in that last movie.
15 minutes he's in the movie for. He was great in the movie.
And we're setting up.
This is the whole movie, and I'm excited for it. It looks like the whole movie. They're not going to tease you with some nonsense and then try to pretend that it's Jaws. Come on, this is an actual Godzilla monster movie, and I'm psyched. Love what I'm seeing so far from the movie.
Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, the whole gang.
I'm with you. 7. Hey, Svenja, Hababitsiba. No?
I don't even try it.
All right. Lion King. Lion King, I'm calling it live action. You can argue with me all you want, William Bibiani. I don't give a shit. This is all about Lion King. I am looking forward to what it looks like when these real animals talking, live action animals.
They're not actually real animals,
whatever.
Although, man, what a trainer that would be.
It would be cool. But
they look real.
Favreau did a great job with Jungle Book. Can't wait to see what he's going to do with The Mandalorian, and I think he's going to bring some magic to Lion King.
All right, and number 6.
Number 6 would be Joker. Joker's number 6. Joaquin Phoenix as Joker. And Todd Phillips directing. I think this is going to be absolute lunacy, and I cannot wait to see it. I want to see the interpretation of what Joaquin Phoenix brings to the Joker. Yes, we've seen so many different versions of the Joker before, but Joaquin Phoenix is a special kind of actor. What Todd Phillips can do with him makes me anticipating what I see.
Yeah, and it's not just Joaquin Phoenix in that movie. That movie's also in my top 10. It's Mark Maron's in there for a bit. He plays the agent of Robert De Niro, who's a talk show host. Zazie Beetz in there. I mean, I think this is a great cast. I'm excited to see where they go with that movie. Just kind of a one-off, just crazy madcap mayhem.
Yeah, so now you got honorable mentions.
My honorable mentions
Frozen?
are threefold. It is not Frozen. I actually thought that might be one of yours. And it's not Toy Story 4. It's not, one of the other movies you said. I was like, yeah, it's How to Train Your Dragon. I'm sure I will enjoy the movie. They're very good movies. None of my honorable mentions. My honorable mention, threefold. One is the Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw movie.
Didn't even know it was coming out this year.
Very excited about that one. That's The Rock and that's Jason Statham. Vin Diesel, maybe you should he's probably taking a nap. These guys are hard at work on set. And then you also have the Men in Black going international with Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, Liam Neeson, Emma Thompson in there. So very, very pumped about that one. And then if you talk about a franchise that I'm excited to see maybe where they can go with it, you'll land at, Terminator is actually in mine. But before we get to that, we get to my number 10, which is in fact Brightburn.
What's that?
Brightburn is a movie that is produced by James Gunn. The biggest star in it is Elizabeth Banks. The reason why it's on my top 10 is because...
it is your number 10. I think you said honorable mentions.
It is. No,
10.
No, John Wick 3 was my other honorable mention. But,
holy crap on a cracker, really?
Yeah. Crap on a cracker?
Oh,
somebody...
You dumb dick.
Somebody... Are you talking to me?
No, myself.
I don't care. This is it. Yeah.
Did it again.
It's part of your charm. Anyway, Brightburn.
Yeah.
You got to see this trailer because this might be in your most anticipated, at least your honorable mentions. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
It's because stop thinking about your list. This is my time.
I know. I'm just mad at myself because I messed up something on my list. Go ahead.
It's again. We expect this from you. So Brightburn, it's like Superman coming to Earth, and it feels very similar, except Superman goes
evil,
bad.
Yes. Yeah. I like that.
I am so excited to see that. I always like to put something that's like original or something kind of out of the. Give me your phone.
I'm just looking
until we're done with my list.
I'm just mad at myself.
And number 9 is Terminator. It's not Terminator 6 though. Let's call this movie Terminator 2.5 because it really is the sequel to Judgment Day.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Because they're getting rid of Rise of the Machines and all the other
doing Halloween
nonsense.
style.
Very similar to how, Jamie Lee Curtis was an older badass.
Right.
Now you have Linda Hamilton as an older badass, plus the old badass known as Arnold Schwarzenegger. So then we get into
retcon the nonsense, if you will.
Some of the franchisey stuff. At number 8 is the Joker, which again, not necessarily a franchise.
I think it's just Joker, by the way.
We know the character of Joker, and again, I don't need to reiterate anymore our excitement for that movie to see what Todd Phillips does because this could speak volumes about where we go with comic book movies from here, where not everything has to tie into this larger universe. Right. You can have a one-off, maybe a Batman movie, maybe a one-off Catwoman. Well, we tried that. So maybe this could portend to future comic book films. At number 7 is a future comic book film, and that is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh, we got a lot very similar.
Very excited to see Spider-Man. I mean, who would not want to line up to see Tom Holland play Peter Parker again, Michael Keaton back for another round as the Vulture, plus Jake Gyllenhaal is in there as Mysterio. A lot of other villains could be showing up.
It's interesting,
Tom Hardy's Venom, I'm not looking in your direction yet, but I'm just saying, I'm just asking.
And he's not really a villain anymore. It's really interesting about Gyllenhaal because he's been rumored so many different times. Remember, at one point he was rumored to be Spider-Man when Tobey Maguire didn't look like he was going to return after the first movie.
That's right. Then people were saying maybe he's the new Batman, all this stuff. They finally landed him in a comic book movie. At number 6 is going to be Captain Marvel. Okay. Captain Marvel, I'm so excited to see what Brie Larson brings to this character who I know very little about, but is going to speak volumes about where we can go with this universe. Because I think that Disney and Marvel are looking to Captain Marvel to kind of do what they thought Guardians of the Galaxy 3 might do, where this is going to open up whole new worlds for us Marvel Cinematic Universe fans, and it's going to give us a little bit of hints as to what we could see in Avengers End Game. So that's my 10 through 6. It is flawless. Unlike yours, apparently.
No, it's good. But Captain Marvel, for me, I think I liked the first trailer, liked the third, didn't like the second.
I don't like her punching the old lady in the face.
I don't know. I don't know
yet.
It could be really cheesy. It could be great, but
Sam Jackson, the cat.
I want to know. I want to know what ties in, but I don't know if it can beat any of this other stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. There's 2 movies on my list for number 5.
What was your mistake?
My mistake was John Wick. It was in my top, and I wound up deleting it for some reason, and so someone has to take a hit. So I'm just going to put it up there. Coming in at number 5.
Doesn't seem fair.
5B is John Wick 3.
Okay.
I cannot wait to see this movie. It is an exciting franchise so far. The best Keanu Reeves has been in a while, and absolutely it's going to be my top 5. But my other top 5, 5A will be Once Upon a Time in America.
There you go.
Quentin Tarantino, the latest. He's one of the guys that when you say he's got a new movie,
Hollywood,
no one's got a new movie. What?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
What did I say, America?
Yeah.
I've seen that movie.
You went a little too broad.
It was an old school movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Excuse me. Tarantino is going to be back, and I cannot wait to see what he's going to do. Curious, but also nervous. Want to make sure that this is handled well to where I don't walk out of this movie going, this is a lot. They're profiting on a tragedy here, but we'll see.
Yeah, I feel kind of the same way. That's why it didn't quite crack my honorable mention, and also just because every time I think about the Hateful Eight, I'm like, I did not.
Oh, I liked it.
Just it didn't hit for me. Really? So I'm looking for him to have a comeback pitch with this.
All right. Well, number 4. I wonder if this will shock you that I have it this high up. It 2.
I'm proud of you.
It Chapter 2.
Very proud of you.
I love.
Look at you.
Love the first one.
Yeah.
Loved the first movie. Very excited to see. From the second I was done with the first movie, I said, well, who are they going to get the older version? And now that they have the cast with Bill Hader, Jessica Chastain, I mean, come on, get me in there. Cannot wait. How's Pennywise going to be? What's he going to be doing? Who's he going to creep out? I'm ready to go. Yeah. Number 3 is The Irishman. Number 3 is The Irishman.
Yeah.
3 is The Irishman.
That's high.
Yeah, man. It's Martin Scorsese, Joe Pesci, De Niro, Pacino. Are you kidding me? That's not high. That's low. that is going to be. Is it in the theater? Maybe for like 7 theaters, and I'll be able to watch it on Netflix. And I'm excited to do it. To see the younger version. How are they going to do it? Is it going to look weird? Is it going to look amazing? Is it going to be this kind of the aging technology that I want to see? And what kind of violence is Martin Scorsese going to put? Is he going to break the F-bombs set by Wolf of Wall Street? There's so many questions. I cannot wait to see this movie. Been waiting to see it since it was announced. Yeah, if it wasn't for these other 2 movies, it'd be my number 1.
Yeah, I mean, so far your top 5 kind of feels like my honorable mentions that didn't quite make honorable mentions.
Well, these 2 were probably just reversed. But number 2, Star Wars Episode 9. Yeah. Star Wars Episode 9.
You're lying to yourself, but
I'm
go
not.
ahead.
I'm not. Look, if you watch Collider Live, I think Roxy Stryer made an incredible point.
As she does often.
If you only had a choice between the 2 of them, the reason why you picked Star Wars at number 1, right?
Yeah.
The reason why you put Star Wars at number 1 is because in the long term, from episodes 1 all the way to 9, it's something that's going to just hold forever, and it's not as serialized. It just stands the test of time, and I might agree with that. I'm just not looking forward to it as much as I am number 1, which you all know what the hell it is, just because I want to see the ending to that particular thing. This one, I feel like it's going to be a brand new chapter that has to do brand new things because it's not going to match up to the movie that just came before it. So it's going to be a new movie with the director who's trying to piece together what he did from the first one. And then there was another movie that happened, and now he's got to do something else.
So you're saying that if there was a little more continuity in the current Star Wars trilogy, that it would be number 1.
Absolutely.
But you feel like you don't have as much faith in this movie as you want to.
I feel like you just have been like 3 standalone movies with the same characters.
Okay.
With a lot of the same characters.
Fair
and
enough.
That's fine. It's still my number 2.
Fair criticism.
And I can't wait to see it. But it's not. I'm just not as locked as far as like they didn't leave you. All that they left you in the last movie was, okay, how are they going to survive? That's really the only question.
A kid held a broom up. You remember that?
Right. And Rey's still strong. That's it. Those are the questions that I need. Now, I'm sure there'll be a lot of stuff that happens, but I don't have as many questions as I do for my number 1.
Oh, man, I'm trying to think about what your number 1 could possibly be.
Frozen.
So I go back to me?
Yeah.
Okay, number 5 for me is a Rian Johnson film.
Just kidding.
Knives Out.
What the hell is that?
It's a murder mystery that Rian Johnson wrote last summer. It's got an incredible cast.
That's your number 5?
Yeah, man. It's a murder mystery that Rian Johnson did. It feels like Agatha Christie. You get Chris Evans in there, Jamie Lee Curtis, Lakeith Stanfield. I'm excited to see a movie that just exists somewhere else than some of these big properties.
It's kind of like a palate cleanser, huh?
Maybe a little
bit. Is that
bit.
what it is?
Yeah.
Is that why it's number 5? I can understand by that rationale.
But yeah, I mean, I just like to sit down and be riveted by a movie, and like I know that it's almost like we know what to expect now. Sometimes when we sit down to watch a comic book movie, no idea what to expect with Knives Out, but I think it deserves that place that high on that list because think about what Rian Johnson's been able to do. Even if you're not a fan of The Last Jedi, look at his previous work and say, give this guy a murder mystery, Brick, Breaking Bad. Are you kidding me?
As you were saying that, I said to myself, if Last Jedi never came out, right? And you said Rian Johnson, director of Looper, and Brick has a new movie. I could see it being on a lot of people's anticipated list. And that's not just to take a shot at the people who like Last Jedi, because for that reason alone, there's a lot of people who will have that on anticipated list just because Rian Johnson did it. But You make good points. I understand it. I think it's high, but you're excited to see it. So what the hell can I say?
Can't be franchises.
Yeah, what do you got number 4?
Number 4 is
probably a palate cleanser for Ryan Johnson too, by the way.
Well, I literally think that's what he did. He sat down this summer and he's like, I'm just going to turn off the social media machines and just let these fans yell themselves out, going back and forth at each other. I'm going to write myself a movie. I love the creative spirit that it takes to overcome that. A lot of times when you sit down, you're working on your computer, you go over to Twitter just to see what's going on. The fact that you could avoid that and write a movie, I think that's fantastic. At number 4 is It Chapter 2.
Oh, we both have it at 4?
It Chapter 2. Yeah, I mean, just imagine sitting there, and please, for the love of all things holy, you take Josh McCougar to this one, because I sat with him for the last one, and I just felt bad for everybody else around us, but I think he did like the movie. I think he'll like It Chapter 2 if he can make it through with his eyes open. But
I'll take him to see it the second time, because I do enjoy watching it with him. I saw The Nun with him, and it was pretty ridiculous, and I didn't care about that movie, but I care about It Chapter 2, so I'll do it for the second time.
If you saw The Nun with him, I think you did your sentence. Just seeing googly eyes coming back after 25, 6 years, whatever. See these kids as adults, but I think there's also going to be a fair amount of content with the kids still as kids in flashbacks. So I'm excited for all things It Chapter 2. Cannot wait until September, October is when it comes out. At number 3, Avengers End Game.
What?
I want to see how it ends. I'm excited. Are you shocked that it's that high on my list?
I'm shocked that it's that low on your list.
Yeah, I mean, look, Thanos snapped his fingers and a lot of stuff went haywire, and I want to see how all these heroes get it back. I'm a huge MCU fan, so I am definitely locked into Avengers Endgame. I want to see it. I want to know everything about it. I want to go see the movie. I'll probably see it 5 times.
You better have a good number 2, because if you have a number 2, I'm going to call you a liar.
Godzilla, King of Monsters, ladies and gentlemen.
For who you are,
he is back and better than ever. It looks bigger than it looks like he's put on some weight. So Godzilla's gonna have to box himself back into shape.
No Shazam on there for you.
He's taking on. No, I don't get it. I mean, I like David F. Sandberg a lot, so he's the reason why I would get excited about that movie. But yeah, dude, Godzilla, and let's not forget, this is Godzilla beating up a bunch of monsters. There's only one monster not showing up to this party. The monster we're setting up the fight with Godzilla for the next movie next year in 2020. But I'm not getting that excited about that. This is Michael Dougherty, and he did Krampus, which I think had some qualities, but maybe left me a little flat. Trick or Treat. This guy is going to put a lot of Godzilla in there for you and all you monster lovers. It's going to be great fights, nonstop action. Ken Watanabe in the trailer saying that he's not our pet, we're his pets. Woo!
Okay, well, there you go. There's your number 2. So then we're going to go with number 1. There's no shock to either one of us here what our number 1s are. So to say it, obviously, Avengers End Game. I think 3 is ridiculous. I think the fact that this movie, this is the end of what we've known.
That's why they call it that.
There you go. Iron Man. You're real imbecile sometimes. Iron Man until this movie, the End Game. Yes, do we know that's from a lot of things that happen, certain things have to happen, especially when you announce that Spider-Man's coming out and there's going to be another Black Panther? Yeah, we get it. But how are they going to tie it together? How are they going to make it work? What is Thanos going to do? Played by Josh Brolin brilliantly, by the way. How's Thor going to recover from all this? What's Captain America up to? Who's going to eat it? Somebody's going to eat it, I'll tell you that. And not the way of like, someone's going.
Maybe
someone's
a lot.
dead.
Maybe more than one.
A lot of craziness is going to happen, and I want to see. This is why I picked this as number 1, because I'm so locked in right now on the story that has been told over the last couple of movies. It's wait a minute, that character's done this. I am invested here. I'm invested there. That particular thing happened. How are they going to make that work? I'm going to be at the edge of my seat with a bucket of popcorn, just excited on how it all is going to go down.
But can I tell you why? I think that's why Captain Marvel should be maybe in your top 10 for this reason. If you're that excited about Avengers Endgame, there may be some hints, not just as what's to come in Avengers Endgame, but some actual plot points, because you have the special invasion storyline where you could have, from the start, one of our heroes that we thought we were going to see them in a movie, it's actually an alien. And it's like that. So there could be a lot of tomfoolery there. So I'm excited to see Captain Marvel. Yeah. Sure, I'm excited to see Avengers Endgame, but no, come on. I've grown up loving Star Wars since I was around this earth.
Me too.
love Star Wars. And you talk about completing something special. You go all the way back to 1977 with A New Hope. And this is, look, do I think this is the last movie in the Star Wars franchise as far as like numbered episodes go? In no way in hell is it, because this movie's going to make gobs of money. They'll take some time off, then they'll go back and make 10, 11, and 12.
They're not making 10, 11, and 12.
But I think that episode 9 is just going to be such a special culmination of what I think is, maybe it's a looser trilogy than what we've seen before, but it's still something that I am just so jacked about to see what J.J. Abrams does. Does he have a tall order in front of him? Of course he does. Making cohesion out of what The Last Jedi gave us and trying to bring that back to what his original vision was, that's no small feat. Neither was it when he made The Force Awakens.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, look,
Yeah.
2 is pretty high spot, and the reason, once again, the reason it is there is for everything that you just said. J.J. Abrams has once again put himself in a position where he's got to do it all over again.
Yeah.
He's got to, because this is a brand new movie, like I said, to where with a lot of familiar characters.
He's kind of like Joe Montana, he just jogs into the game. Maybe you're losing by a little bit, but it's like, yeah, you feel like JJ can pull it off. So wait, you don't think they're ever going to make 10, 11, and 12?
Ever?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think they're going to take some time off.
10 years?
5 years.
No. No
6
way.
years.
No way. Yeah, Benioff and Weiss are going to do their series of films, and I think that'll probably be like 2021 or something.
That'll run concurrently with
No, we'll not. You're going to have a lot of TV series. Anyway, agree with a lot of that list. There's a lot of great movies.
Number
on
2
your
is a
list.
very nice place for Star Wars. Number 3 is
Yeah.
a fine place for Avengers End Game. Let's not bicker. Let's be friends and go to the new Chick-fil-A that just opened in Burbank. And now we want to hear from y'all. What are your honorable mentions? What are your top 10 most anticipated movies of 2019? Do you have your Knives Out for Kristian's list, or do you have your Far From Home ready for Mark? Work on that.
Please.
Anything you want to say?
Yeah, make sure that you guys, once again, you can check out all the matches that we have on this channel, but check out the live stream on January 26th. Watch it with us. We're going to be in New York, and you guys can watch it. Doesn't matter where you are. All you got to do is, that's right, it's in Brooklyn. Go into the description. Go check it out. Look at what you have to do as far as getting it. You will be sent the link.
It's a pay-per-view event.
It's going to be great. Dan Murrell.
This is awesome.
The former champion. The former champion, former two-time champion, is going for his 3rd belt against the sensation Ethan Big Time Irwin.
He knows famous people.
Yes, he does. Chance Ellison is also playing Janine the Machine.
It's going to be a great undercard as well.
It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you check it out, and you guys can do it from the comfort of your own home. Make sure you do it.
And we'll be there.
And right over there, you can find more reviews that we have, some of the stuff from 2019 already. And then right there, that big playlist.
So you're just the guy that does this thing from now on, so I'm just going to see myself out.
See you later.
Go ahead.
Over there, make sure you check
Good
out
seeing
all the
y'all, everybody.
matches that we've had from the movie Trivia
good one.
Showdown. And then get a shirt. Get a shirt. Get a sweatshirt.
What's he saying?